Good day, everyone. I am Sir Robbie, and together, we will learn the word of the future, robotics. Did you know that here in Educational Technology Unit, robotics is a priority to make every Filipino learners and teachers competent and meet the demands of the future global scene? Wherein teachers, students, and parents who wanted to learn robotics is just a click away for free. Robotics is an interdisciplinary field which integrates computer science and engineering. It involves design, construction, operation, and use of robots to assist human activities. Are you ready for this transformation? Soon in ICT's Educational Technology Unit. Come and join us and love the future para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Sulong edukalidad.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng ICT's Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del P. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Everyone, good afternoon. It's a Tuesday right now, and you are with me. This is Tutor Nova for today, and welcome to our last episode or finale episode for this quarter's English for Academic and Professional Purposes. And that's right, you heard it right, my senior high school students. This is going to be our last tutorial episode for this subject this semester. So we're going to be together from 4 o'clock in the afternoon down until 4:40 in the afternoon today. And as usual, if you got some questions or you wanted to participate and you wanted to make this class as engaging as possible, please feel free to do that by leaving a comment on the comment section down below. So I hope everybody's pumped up and very healthy. I hope everybody's doing great despite the weather that we have these days. Well, as for me, I just recovered from, a slight cough and colds and doing okay right now. So I hope kayong lahat, my senior high school students, are doing okay. Please feel free to comment or participate or communicate with me through our comment section down below. All right, so this is English for Academic and Professional Purposes. This is quarter 4, and we are on the finale episode. This is week number 8. All right, so for this week number 8 for English for Academic and Professional Purposes, this is going to be our rewind episode. Now, why do I call this one a rewind episode? This is a rewind episode because we are going to be looking back on the weeks number 1 until 7. So we're going to be wrapping everything. And for me to check if you still remember the topic that we have or we discussed last time. And yeah, I think for sure my senior high school students remembered everything. But just a little bit of checking lang naman. Little bit lang. Okay, this is going to be our rewind episode for today. All right. Now, we also got here our senior high school student, Florencio Canillas. Good afternoon, Tutor Nova, watching from Leyte. Hi, Florencio. Thank you for being with me today. And Maayong hapon sa mga taga-Leyte nga naminaw karon and nanan-output karon sa tuang programa. This is our kinalasan nga episode sa English for academic and professional purposes. Hi mga Bisaya. Proud to be Bisaya. So, I think Leyte is what I know, pero I hope you can understand my Bisaya. I'm not really familiar with Waray language, but hi Florencio, thank you for being with me today. All right, so my senior high school students, again, this is our rewind episode, so we are going to be looking back on the different weeks and the different topic that we touched per week. So as for our week number 1, you were able to know about the tips and the do's and don'ts on how to write a concept paper. And what did we do here? Of course, we were able to encounter this question, and I wanted to also ask you this question again. What comes first to your mind when you read the word concept? Yeah, Florencio, Canilias, can you help me with this? What comes first to your mind when you read the word concept? Do you feel like it's about ideas, or what is your idea about this word concept? Yeah, Florencio Canilias. I think he's the first participant that we have today. I hope everybody is going to participate. Medyo shy yung iba, di ba? Pero, di ba, who knows? Baka may pa-Gcash si Tutor Nova today. All right. So, hi, Florencio. And to all the students watching all the way from Leyte, thank you for being with me today. All right, so what comes first to your mind when you read the word concept? Maybe you're thinking about ideas, or maybe you're thinking about what other things can you associate with the word concept? Okay. Well, I got here a diagram to help you with that. So could you tell me just some few words about concept that you think could be associated with the word concept? All right. Ano nga ba yung concept? Could anyone help me with this? Medyo I'm having a hard time. Could anyone help me with this? Yep, my senior high school students. I think you still are processing or maybe typing, but Tutor Nova can wait. I can wait. All right, reveal na ba natin? Baka may hahabol pa. All right, let's see if my senior high school students are still typing. Okay. Also, you can also try to let me know where you guys are watching right now, what school you are from, so I could recognize everyone here in the class, okay? All right. Oh, wait. Okay, here it is. Well, when we say concept paper, and it is actually a summary document of a project proposal that tells what the project is all about, the reasons for conducting the project, and how it will be carried out. This paper also provides an overview of the project and help funding agencies eliminate proposals that are likely to be disapproved. So this is what a concept paper is all about, okay? And I think my senior high school students, since it is now the last week of your class, or I think last week of the semester, so perhaps you were able to write your own concept paper and presented it to the class, to your virtual class or online classes, or perhaps to your teacher. So I hope you can still remember what a concept paper is. All right, now the question now is, what are the uses of a concept paper? Now, the first use of a concept paper is that it serves as a foundation of the full proposal. So concept paper, basically, it's an overview of what you wanted to propose, what kind of project you wanted to have a solution to that certain problem or issue that you wanted to tap on. And we also got here a virtual student, Nori Silad. She or he is watching from Ladul Elementary School, Alabeltu, Sarangani. Hi, Nori. You have a very cute name, Nori. Reminds me of my favorite, is it a Korean food or Japanese food? Nori seaweed. perhaps both. Both uses the same seaweed brand, I guess. Yeah, hi Nori. Thank you for being with me today. All right, so this is our first use of a concept paper. I know you can still remember that. Just a little bit of a recap. Okay, second use of a concept paper is that it determines whether the project is feasible or not. Of course, you wanted to really outline what kind of proposal you wanted to present, and through that concept paper, you can also try to analyze and determine if it's really feasible or not, because you are laying down the different things that you wanted to really have in the proposal or into the project. Now, the third use of a concept paper is that it piques the interest of the potential funding agencies. Now, because our concept paper, this talks about what we call the summary of a project. And this is also providing an overview of the project. And you also wanted to have a possible funding agency that could help you in really carrying out this project proposal. So this is the third use, which is to pique the interest of the potential funding agencies. Now, the fourth use of a concept paper is that it obtains informal feedback on the ideas prior to preparing the full proposal. Of course, you really wanted to write first a concept paper for you to really have a feedback so that you can have a communication with the people that you wanted to really know about this certain proposal. Before writing the full proposal, it's very important that you can have the concept paper first so that you will have an informal feedbacking of your ideas that you have presented in your concept paper. All right. Well, wait a minute. I think that my comment phone just got logged out. Okay. Well, anyway, am I still here? I'm not sure if my connection is okay right now. Can you hear me, everyone? Yeah, just checking. Can you feel free to comment on the comment section whether you can still hear me or you can see me? Because I'm not sure. Because my phone just got logged out from the platform. Well, okay, let's continue. I think you can still hear me naman. Okay. Now, the fifth use of a concept paper is that it helps in addressing social issues which plague our society. So, of course, when you wanted to write a concept paper, you might wanted to tap on issues that are relevant to the certain situations that we are currently facing, or the problems that you think needs a solution. So you can do that in a concept paper. Now, those are the things that we learned in the week number 1. We were able to know the uses of a concept paper in writing a concept paper. That was our week number 1. Now, what did we do during the week number 2? Now, during the week number 2, we knew about the 3 ways to elucidate a concept. So when we say elucidate, this means to say that making something clear. Okay? Now, the first way to elucidate a concept is through definition. So when I say definition, it explains the concept by answering the question, what does it mean? So this makes of an illustrations, examples, and description to clarify the term. So a definition can be done in 3 ways, and take note of this. Again, our first way to elucidate a concept is through the definition way. But a definition can also be done in 3 ways. Now, the first way is what we call the informal definition. So when you say informal definition, it is a giving of a parenthetical or a brief explanation. So I'd like you to focus on the screen and let's try to have this sentence example. So vitamin E is naturally found in vegetable oil, fish, and nuts. So vitamin E here is a term that we are defining, and we just gave a brief explanation of what vitamin E is. And this is considered as what we call the informal definition. Now, the next, what we call the next way and the definition is what we call the formal definition. Now, the formal definition, this is giving of the term to be defined At the same time, you will also put there the category and the quality that makes the term different from the other terms in the same category. So in other words, this is the what we call the opposite of the informal definition. As much as possible, this is like not the brief explanation now, because you will be giving more information about the terminology or the word that you are defining. So I'd like you to take a look at this example again. We have the same term, vitamin E. However, we are using the informal definition way. So vitamin E is a light yellow fat-soluble vitamin that acts as antioxidant. So as you can see here, we have the term defined, which is vitamin E. Excuse me. Oops. Okay. And we got here the category of the term vitamin E, which is a light yellow fat-soluble vitamin. And the quality is that it acts as an antioxidant, and that is what we call the formal definition. Whew, okay, I hope everybody's drinking water right now. Wait a moment, let me grab my water first. Water break muna, my senior high school students. Okay, I hope everyone's grabbing their water because it's important to really hydrate, right? Since we're talking about vitamin E, it's really important to keep yourself healthy. All right. Now, again, this is what we call the formal definition because we are giving more details about the term that we define, which is the vitamin E. So the category is that it's a light yellow fat-soluble vitamin, and the quality is that it acts as an antioxidant. So again, this is the formal definition. Now we have another example here, which is the term biology. All right, grab another drink. Okay. Now, biology is a branch of science that studies living organisms. Now, the term defined is what we have, biology. And the category of the term is, it is a branch of science. So the quality is that it studies living organisms. So as you can see, we are defining it in a broader way and giving more details about biology. So this is giving about the category and the quality of the word biology. All right. A minute. Okay, Mom Jane. Could you help me with this? Hi, Ma'am Jane. Ma'am, pwede po bang magpa-mute muna, ma'am, or commercial break because sinihika lang po.
Good day, this is Teacher Rowan. I'll be your guide in exploring Google Apps for education, for teaching and learning. In Google for Education, teachers can connect and collaborate easily while staying on task. It gives teachers the freedom to spend more time personalizing the learning experience and less time managing it. Students can learn essential skills such as 21st century problem solving, which they can use it in their future careers. As such, the accessibility features will also help and assist every learner to do their best work. Google offers different useful applications that we can use to connect education to technology. This will help our teachers as a 21st century educators to innovate and find ways on how to make teaching and learning more exciting, engaging, effective, and flexible to the demands of the society. Let's re-explore the education experience by discovering new angles to create, collaborate, and communicate as one. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Ang pagkatuto huwag gawing komplikado. Sulong edukalidad.
Hello teachers, learners, and parents. Sir Jeff po, at your service. Alam nyo ba na meron tayong website na tinatawag na DepEd Commons? Ang DepEd Commons ay binuo upang gawing accessible ang pagtuturo at pag-aaral dito sa ating bansa gamit lamang ang inyong mga smart devices gaya ng cellphones, tablets, at computers. Dito ay maaari nating ma-access ang iba't ibang learning materials mula sa Department of Education. Meron itong mga interactive materials, electronic self-learning modules, at instructional video lessons mula sa DepEd TV na tiyak na makatutulong sa pag-aaral ng mga mag-aaral galing ka man sa public o private school. Walang problema dahil welcome ang lahat dito. Para ito sa mga guro, magulang at mga mag-aaral mula sa kinder hanggang grade 12, alternative learning system o ALS, at pati na rin ang special education. At huwag kang mag-alala dahil kahit walang load ay maaari mong ma-access ang mga learning materials. Tama, libre ito. Ang kailangan mo lamang gawin ay i-on ang iyong data at buksan lamang ang iyong browser at i-type ang commons.deped.gov.ph. Alam na ba ng iyong mga kasamahang guro o mag-aral ang tungkol sa DepEd Commons? I-share mo na ang video na ito upang matuto rin sila kung paano gagamitin ang DepEd Commons sa mabilis at napakadaling paraan. Muli, ito po si Sir Jeff at kita-kits po tayo sa DepEd Commons. Paalam! Good day, everyone! I am Sir Robbie, and together, we will learn the word of the future, robotics. Did you know that here in Educational Technology Unit, robotics is a priority to make every Filipino learners and teachers competent and meet the demands of the future global scene? Wherein teachers, students, and parents who wanted to learn robotics is just a click away for free. Robotics is an interdisciplinary field which integrates computer science and engineering. It involves design, construction, operation, and use of robots to assist human activities. Are you ready for this transformation? Soon in ICT's Educational Technology Unit. Come and join us and love the future para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Sulong edukalidad.
Hi teachers and learners! Good day! I am Mr. Alvin C., one of the Edtech specialists serving you with happiness. In response to the United Nations Declaration of Paris in 2012 about the open educational resources, the Philippines' basic education is ready to fulfill its promise to make learning accessible and give equal opportunity to every Filipino. This is the birth of the DepEd Commons to bridge the gaps of having adequate available resources with the aid of ICT equipment and infrastructure. The DepEd Commons was a flagship project headed by the Undersecretary for Administration, Alain Del B. Pasqua, and Director 4 of the Information and Communication Technology Service, Abram Y.C. Abanil. DepEd Commons serves as an online education delivery platform of the department where learning resources, online review materials, and open educational resources or OERs made by educators are available, easily accessed, and where resources can be modified without having to reprint when such materials necessitate revisions or improvement. In cooperation with the Department of Information and Communication Technology or DICT, National Telecommunication Commissions or NTC, SMART, PLDT, and Globe, we can use the DepEd Commons for free, even without the data load or credits. It's more convenient to learn and study 24/7 in the comfort of your own home. The interface of the system is simple and yet very direct to immediately show the needed materials, which can be downloaded or viewed via a browser. Continuous enhancement and development were catered to showcase the abrupt needs of the end users. With the demands of technology in education, the DepEd Commons became top 4 as the most trending search in Google in year 2020. Aside from that, DepEd Commons ranked number 1 in the most searched topics under the education category in our country in the same year. The DepEd Commons has a total number of 15,190,182 unique users since it was first launched in March 2020. Today, you will see thousands of learning resources in the system to support the blended learning modalities of the department. In addition, the bright future of DepEd Commons will continuously shine as we embark and empower the public school teachers in creating world-class teaching and learning resources such as electronic books or ebooks, digital magazine and worksheets, interactive online games, self-developed Android applications, instructional and tutorial video contents, and other emerging technology tools. As a support system in the online modalities, the use of learning management system is taking into shape. The DepEd LMS is an e-learning platform initiated by the ICTS to help and support the teaching and learning process in the controlled online environment. It was created to work concertedly with the DepEd Commons. Amongst the advantages of using the DepEd LMS are as follows. First, it is cost-effective. The courseware allows participants to access it in their own free time and reduces travel expenses, accommodation costs, and professional fees. Learning while watching the instructional aided materials enhances the soft skills of participants by doing the hands-on activity as requirement. In addition, a digital certificate with QR security code is automatically rewarded to a participant once a certain course is accomplished and completed. Second, consistency of training. The delivery and mastery of competencies is consistent since it is centralized, well-organized, and easy to navigate. It delivers a learning curve to all students by supplying a single source for content, course materials, and instruction with variation of activities that will enhance the skills of end users. Third, it easily tracks learners' progress and performance. It has the capability to allow DepEd to easily generate and consolidate training reports in all overall perspective. By utilizing the e-learning courses or online trainings, trainers can easily track goals progress, knowledge gains, and determine who have completed the course or who needs assistance and help. The Department of Education internally developed an in-house learning management system, namely the Professional Development LMS or PDLMS, used for professional growth and capacity building for teacher and non-teaching personnel, which is not limited to public school teachers. It is also available to private school teachers and even college or university professors. On the other hand, the DepEd Regional LMS or DLMS is intended exclusively for public school teachers and students within their regions and divisions to support the blended learning modalities in delivering quality instruction. To learn more and have a feel of ease in using this innovative system, kindly visit commons.deped.gov.ph for DepEd Commons, trainings.deped.gov.ph for DepEd PD LMS, and lms.deped.gov.ph for DepEd Regional LMS. We will continue to innovate and transform the Philippine basic education in its target glory. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad!
Hello, once again, and good afternoon, dear parents, dear learners, parents, and teachers, and welcome to our class in English for academic and professional purposes. So I know you're looking for our Tutor Nova, who is supposed to be our tutor for this afternoon. Unfortunately, due to a medical condition she is experiencing right now, she will not be able to make it. So we would like to, of course, Tutor Nova, we're praying that you'll recover soonest, and rest assured that we can do this to end EAPP, or the English for Academic and Professional Purposes, with a bang. And of course, this will be a sort of review for our senior high school learners who are, some of them are graduating for our grade 11, and of course to our grade 12 learners who are about to finish or who are already wrapping up for this school year 2020-2021. So congratulations, and we hope that this ETUlay online tutorial had been helpful or contributed to your academic requirements, to your performance as well, and even supported your answering the modules or any requirements that is being asked by our fellow educators. So good afternoon and welcome to EAPP Quarter 4, Week 8. So as this material or this slides was prepared to you by, of course, Tutor Nova, and this is like, again, a review, a rewind of your past lessons from Week 1. You discuss about, or Miss Nova, Tutor Nova discuss about writing a concept paper. So wherein she asked or she engaged you to think what comes first to your mind when you read the word concept map. All right, so we've learned about the concept map, and it is a document of a project proposal wherein you're about to share the reasons of conducting the project and how it will be carried out. So a concept map, of course, differs from different industry. That is why we would like to our learners to create something unique based on their strand, whether it's academic or tech book or TVL. So this particular competency or activity in creating a concept map, it can be useful to whether even if you're an academic or ATVL track. So you need to know how to not only to deliver, but of course write a concept paper that is compelling, that is can really express what is your project or proposal all about. So how it can be funded of course. So that is why it is an important skill. So Tutor Nova taught us what to serve foundation of the full proposal, what is the uses of this concept paper to determine whether the project is feasible, right? So with in terms of developing your concept paper, you really need to brainstorm with your group mates or even conduct a research whether is this project feasible or not, and then you pick the interest of the potential funding in agencies. You need to stimulate. So how are you going to do that? You need to use powerful words, or you need to add facts, numbers, especially numbers. Humans are really into numbers. When they heard about statistics or numbers that can prove your something like your idea or your project, it, that will be very useful for them. And of course, you need to obtain informal feedbacks on the ideas prior to preparing your full proposal. And again, it will be good if it address social issues that can be beneficial for the society. All right, so there are three ways to elucidate or explain or express your concept. Of course, number one is by definition. So what does it mean? So you need to have a definition in three ways, or there are three ways to have your definition. Number one is the informal definition. You need to give parenthetical or brief explanation, something like this. You can have a formal definition wherein you need to define, categorize, or give qualities that make the term from other terms the same. Like, for example, like this one and this one. So again, this is just a sort of review for EAPP, or English for Academic and Professional Purposes, the topics that you covered with Tutor Nova. And last is the extended definition, wherein it detailed more definitions or terms in one paragraph. So formal, informal comparison and contrast, narration, description, classification, cause and effect to explain a concept. All right. So again, you need to have a compelling message. You need to have a powerful message that will be heard by the people who are going to fund your concept paper. So example, ayan. So here, as mentioned, there are numbers that you can see. There is a cause and effect, right? So here are some of the signal words for definitions. So it means this will express that your your concept paper is defining something or explaining something as defined. So you can start your sentence as defined. For example, for instance, is defined as, such as, to define, to illustrate, and so on. Explication. So it's a method of explanation in which sentences, verses, or quotes are taken from literary or academic work, then interpreted and explained in a detailed way. So you can begin by analyzing how the text was constructed by restating your major arguments. So halimbawa, or for example, this. So it's okay kasi tutorial naman tayo, ha, so we can speak in Filipino or Tagalog. So in the final stanza of his poem, ayan, etc., etc., etc. Third line, so and expound. The tone, etc. So academic, and then again explain. Third is clarification. So it's explaining the points organized from general abstract to specific and concrete example. So again, clarification from general abstract to specific and concrete example. So that's it. That's clarification. Right? So here are some of the signal words for clarification. After all, for instance, namely, that is, as an example, etc. All right. So week 3. So reasonable argument. So again, once you finish, or even in doing your concept paper, you need to have compiled or research. You need to include arguments to defend or to explain your concept or your project. or in any like in a thesis proposal or presentation, you really need to prepare yourself for questions. Even in any speaking engagement, you really need to expect the questions that are going to asked by your audience, and that is why further reading is important. So you don't just read your for example your topic. You even need to expound it. You need to get out of the box, get out of the topic, so that you can include those in case someone or one of the participants, if it's an oral argument or if it's in a written, so you really need to do a research. So, so you answer this activities. So reasonable argument are debatable, at least two viewpoints. Of course, if it's already a fact, no need to debate for that. So that is why it's debatable. At least two viewpoints. Third is reasonable disagreement. So with your argument, your aim, your goal. So with your argument, you join in a conversation with other people or other readers or writers. Your aim is to explain your point of view without needlessly combative. So hindi mo kailangan makipag-away. Make sure na you have, again, kumbaga, dala-dala mo yung mga bala mo, sabi nga nila. You really need to prepare. You really need to be objective, no? Again, and you need to do a research. Your goal is to convince your readers to reconsider their positions by offering you reasons to question existing viewpoints. So you really need to engage your audience. You really need to let your audience as well think and to, kumbaga, aha moments ang dating eh. Oo nga no, something like that. So dapat yun yung maano ng mga audience natin or yung makikinig sa'yo or even your readers, right? So that is why it is important to consider your readers and to convince them your viewpoints. So there are four pillars of argument. We have thesis, evidence, refutation, and concluding statement. So again, ito yung four pillars of argument. So number one is thesis statement. So you need to state your position on the issue. You need to establish your credibility and build common ground. So hanggang college, hanggang postgraduate, hanggang masteral, hanggang doctoral, dala-dala ninyo yung thesis statement na yan. So that's why kahit sa senior high school, importante na kaya ninyong mag-create ng inyong thesis statement. Kasi doon pa lang, pag binasa nila, alam nila na may sense, ma-judge ka na agad dahil doon sa iyong thesis statement. So it must be one or two sentences that state your position on the issue. It must take a firm stand and must be debatable. So supporting evidence, your readers as a panel of jurors establish a proof, solid, and well-phrased idea. So again, know your topic well. So narinig nyo, no? Research. So you need to conduct your research. You need to consider all sides and you need to be well-informed. Kaya sabi ko kanina, no, hindi lang dapat kung ano yung topic mo or kung ano yung mag-stick ka lang doon. You really need to get out of the box and look at some factors pa that can be touched by that topic, no? Kung ano pa yung pwede ma-touch niya or ma-include or connected with the topic. So ito, ang dami nito, fallacy. Marami ito, iba-ibang klase itong fallacies na ito. So you need to avoid using fallacies in your own writing and be aware of them when they are used on arguments you are reading, watching, and hearing. Naku, alala ko ito na pinag-aaralan ko ito. Marami kasi I remember I handled this subject for senior high school EAPP. And ako rin mismo, no, I myself is learning na maraming iba-ibang klaseng fallacies. Yung iba nga ginagamit ng mga politicians na yung pala fallacy na pala yun. So, alam niyo. So, that is why importante na alam natin ano yung mga fallacies na yan. So, pwede yung balikan yung inyong lesson dyan. So, you also, Tutor Nova did discuss about a report. So, report is any information work made with intention to relay information or recounting certain events in a presentable manner. So meron kayong writing report sa writing, speech, television, or film. So may dalawa tayong types of report. We have the formal and informal. So the informal report functions to inform, analyze, and recommend. Like for example, memo, letter, financial report, monthly activities report. Informal pa lang memo. Yeah, so anyway, siguro dahil it's par- parang sa DepEd, di ba parang formal. Anyway, wala tayong magawa dyan. Siguro may mga memo na probably more of personal, pwede kasi siyang memo direct to that person, or hindi naman pwedeng organizational memo. Ayan. So iba-iba, no? Letter, financial report, and monthly activities report. So there are types of informal report: progress report, sales activity, personal. So tingin ko yun nga, mga personal memos, no? Financial report, feasibility report, literature review, and credit report. So those are informal reports. So ito yung mga iba-ibang klaseng report. So kahit tayo, no, sa mga senior high school, siguro may experience niyo, pinapagawan kayo ng report. So that is why this skill is also essential for our senior high school. Hindi lamang pag-create ng report. You also include ICT skills or creating, kasi syempre kung you are already familiar in using different applications, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, there are a lot of templates available. There are even reports available. If you are skilled and capable of using those applications, this will be easy for you. However, of course, you need to write. You really need to know what will be the composition of your report. Hindi kung ano-ano lang itatype mo, and it should be properly constructed. Hindi siya creative thinking or creative writing na kailangan mo ng mabulalaklak na salita o kailangan mo ng mga highfalutin words to impress your boss. No. You need to be direct to the point. So that's for me, the formal report. No? Talagang importante. You need to ito daw yung plan for preparing a formal report. Una, identify the reader. Sino ba yung magbabasa? You need to determine your purpose. You need to formulate specific questions. You need to conduct research to answer the questions. You need to draw valid conclusions. You need to decide on recommendations, and then you write the report. So, syempre, the report depends as well in different industry and different professions. But siguro yung ano lang dyan is, although may mga jargon sila, may professional jargon sila, kapag ikaw kasi malalaman mo agad na itong word na to ay pang ganito, engineering lang. Itong word na to ay medical report. So sila lang nagkakaintindihan. So that is why if you are to do a report, you really need to know your audience. You really need to know sino yung magiging recipient mo ng reports. No? Kasi kaya pwede mo ring gamitan ng mga professional words or jargons words na ginagamit nila sa specific na, like nga, as mentioned, kung medical or professionals or engineering. So may mga ganun. So that is why you need to know kapag kayo ay magagawa ng report. And again, ano yung mga recommendations mo, pwedeng include kung pinag-write ka ng kumbaga you need to take an extra mile, kumbaga, to recommend ano yung sa report mo, kasi doon makikita rin ng boss mo o magiging boss mo eventually na si tutor, sorry ako si Mark ay nag-research at talagang nagbigay pa siya ng kanyang recommendation or conclusion. So it allows, no, it added value sa iyo kung ikaw ay bagong empleyado. Okay. So although may instance na hindi naman hiningi opinion mo, pero it's good, no? If you are tasked to create a report, mag-include ka ng conclusion, no? Kasi it means that you are helping, you are taking an extra mile para tulungan ng kumpanya. Alright? So depende kung ano yung report na pinapagawa, ha? So those are the parts ng ating report. So title page, acknowledgements, contents page, ang dami pala nito, no? Abstract, may pa-abstract si Ma'am. Introduction. So again, iba-ibang report, iba-iba. Yung iba, simpleng-simple lang. Hindi masyadong maraming ganito, lalo sa mga engineering, mga very straightforward lang. So relevance of report writing. So report as a means of internal communication. Ayan. So pag internal communication, kaya babasahin lang ninyo sa inyong organization. Report facilitates decision making and planning. So as mentioned nga, if lalo na kung magiging part ka sa isang company, it's important na magpakitang gilas ka. You add ano ba yung recommendation mo, and then yun yung pwede maging reference din ng maging boss mo or mga magde-decide dun sa iyong report. So it discloses unknown information. Third, and week 5 na tayo, ang bilis, no? Designing a questionnaire. So lahat ng mga inaaral nyo sa EAPP, mapapansin niyo connect din, no, dear learners, kasi meron kayong ano yung subject ninyo, research, no? Kailangan niyo gumawa ng questionnaire. And nung na-realize ko din, EAPP ay may katumbas din sa Filipino. Sige nga, sa ating mga senior high school learners, ano yung katumbas ng EAPP na subject din ninyo? Kasi meron din silang pinagagawan din sila ng questionnaire, pero sa Filipino. Alright, so it's important as well for you to know how to create or design a questionnaire. Lalo na kung ito ay research or ito ay sa at importante na makuha mo yung kanilang pulso, kumbaga, kung ano yung gusto mo ba, ano ba yung objective mo, bakit ka magko-questionnaire. So dahil dyan, it will answer ano ba yung purpose ng questionnaires. So they can be used to assess attitudes, opinions, interests, and values. Ito yung mga common na reason. Kaya meron kayong research, no? Para sa data collection. So kailangan ninyong alamin kung paano gumawa ng questionnaire. Ano ba yung, una, ano yung gusto mong mangyari? Ano gusto mong makuha? Search for existing questions. Ang dami, available sa internet. Google lang tayo, no? And then you draft new questions. So syempre, tweak mo din. Contextualize mo rin. Ano ba yung dun sa iyong research or sa iyong kinakonduct na study. You need to order questions effectively. Ano yung degree? Ano yung una na hindi mahirap para sagutin ng mga parang sa exam din yan mga bata, sa ating mga senior high school learners, na wag mong unang-una agad ang hirap agad. So, yung sasagot ng questionnaire mo, baka mawala ng gana. Umpisa pa lang ayaw na niya ituloy yung questions. Baka isipin niya yung nasa dulo ay mas mahirap. So dapat smooth lang. From the easy, parang pansin nyo rin yan sa exam. Easy, medium, sa dulo mahirap. Ayan. So pretest and pilot the questions and revise and pretest until deemed acceptable. So that is why ang inyong mga research teachers or yung mga advisors natin ay talagang chinecheck ang ating questionnaire. And nakakailang ulit tayong na gumawa at saka lang mababalidate na or ma-check na okay, sige, acceptable. Proceed na sa pagsasurvey. Alright, so we have 5 W's and 1 H. Unang-una is what is the specific purpose of the survey? What information? Who needs? Ayan. Ito yung top 10 natin, no, na questions daw. Ayan, write short and simple questions, avoid leading questions, ask close-ended questions, yes or no, and give us few answers choices as is reasonable. Questions must be non-threatening. Ayan, so dapat hindi naman sobrang obscene din or parang personal masyado, no? Use simple language. Ayan. Avoid ambiguities and vague words. Huwag yung masyado ring jargon na hindi nila maintindihan. Baka yung normal na tao hindi niya maintindihan. So make use of pwedeng conversational words sometimes, no? Para madali nilang masagutan. Don't use double-barreled questions. Clearly define the response scales, dimension, or continuum. Minimize presuppositions or assumptions about the world. And 10 is ask questions on first-hand knowledge. Avoid hypothetical scenarios. Alright, so week 6 and 7 naman ay principles in designing questionnaires or a questionnaire. So ano ba yung mga principles? Una, minsan yun, no, wag natin gawing complicated ang ating questionnaire. meron yung acronym nga na KISS, no? Keep it short and simple. KISS. Keep it short and simple. Ayan. So, yung mga ganyan, ito. And avoid leading questions. Do you hate the president? Mali agad yan. So, sinabi, do you hate agad eh? So, wag na. Why is this leading? So, dapat hindi. Because the question itself includes an opinion word. Ayan. So, who do you think of when you hear 9/11? So, it forces the respondent to answer one of these people, even none of them come to mind. Ayan. Ask close-ended. Why do you play sports? So, ito yung mga non-threatening din. I-avoid natin. No? Questions must be non-threatening. So, that hindi threatening. Alright? So, avoid condescension or use simple language and be simple. Yun din yun. No? Keep it simple lang. Avoid vagueness. Ganun pa rin. Keep it simple lang. Huwag mga labo-labo. No? Huwag yung pahirapan yung inyong mga respondents o yung mga participants sa survey. Yung mga magsasagot. Okay? Double-barreled. Ask one question at a time. Yung misa, dalawa-dalawa, tatlo-tatlo agad yung tanong. Ayan. So, or may isa pang kasunod agad. Ayan. So, dapat isa-isa lang. Okay? Alright. So, define scales. When using a response scale, clearly define the dimension or continuum. So, parang ganito. Many, some, few, none. So mayroong mga scale na ganyan. So, dapat may bipolar or unipolar scale. So, halimbawa ito. Ayan yung scale natin. So, dapat naintindihan natin na parang unang tingin pa lang natin, ganito. Madali na para magsagot. Hindi rin siya magulo o kung saan-saan man nakalagay. Naka-arrange. Kasi yung eyes natin, normally from left to right, yung ating naka-brain, yung ating naka-wired na. Na ganun tayo tumingin or magbasa from left to right. 9 is minimize presuppositions. Answering questions question implies accepting it presuppositions. So, may mga, ganyan. Are you a Republican or a Democrat? So, dapat hindi. So, dapat hindi gano'n na type of questionnaire natin. What are your usual hours of work? So, problem dito, walang choice. Iba-iba, no? At ito, yun. Does respondent have usual hours of work? So, you can, yung choices like, lagyan mo ng choices. Ano yung mga common na working hours? Pwede, possible yan. Right? So, good afternoon po, watching from Santa Rita National High School. And si Kylie Espinosa, BIS Integrated School, grade 7 ng Zaide Tarlac. Good afternoon po, from Tarlac City. Yeah, so good afternoon. And again, questions should ask for first-hand experience. If accuracy is subjective, beware of asking second-hand knowledge, hypothetical question, or asking about solutions to complex problems. So, huwag yung pahirapan. Again, keep it simple. Alright, so, ayan. So, well done ang ating mga senior high school learners from your Tutor Nova, the best senior high school virtual students for English for academic and professional purposes. O, di ba? Sabi ko sa inyo, mabilis lang to kasi it's just a review of the journey ng ating English for academic and professional purposes. So, as I always share to my learners, even though I'm not an English teacher, because I had the opportunity, I take that as an opportunity that I handle this subject for Antipolo City Senior High School learners. Hello, Nak. And I mentioned to them that I'll make it as practical as possible. Meaning, since I had the chance to work in a corporate industry and I'm handling ABM students, we had this. We are more on the practical approach. I asked them to really deliver, to speak in front of the class, to do a report, to present the report, and even include a a role playing because I really miss my class in EAPP because with that chance and activity for my learners, they're able to showcase their hidden talents, especially those who are really shy to speak. And I'm really surprised to see my even my automotive servicing, the all-male class, to present their concept paper, to present their report, and to speak in English, as conversational English will do. But I told them to include those business language or business words that they need to say or they need to express, especially if it's a product presentation, marketing presentation, what else? And it could be a business proposal, something like that. So that is why we try to be as practical as possible. And I told them that these situations are really something that I experienced firsthand. I myself had the chance to experience it since yun nga, no? Na-experience ni Tutor Match na magtrabaho sa iba't ibang field, from engineering to academe to IT to sales and marketing, and as mentioned in sales. So that is why for this EAPP, English for Academic and Professional Purposes, it touches every industry, every sectors, and I hope, and we hope, with Tutor Nova, we hope that our senior high school will continuously learn, practice, read a lot, and practice a lot in using this universal language, which is English. I am Tutor Madge. Thank you so much for being with us for the whole school year 2020-2021 and supporting our ETUlay online tutorial, Tutor Nova. Maraming salamat. Merci beaucoup from the bottom of my heart. I'd like to again congratulate each and everyone for finishing strong your English for academic and professional purposes. With that, thank you so much. Take care and stay strong and healthy. God bless everyone.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan bukas mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa Filipino. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippines social media accounts. Paalam!